Welcome back to Chicago Independent Television. On the 5th anniversary of the Iraq War, Chicago's March on Michigan Avenue got most of the attention. But creative actions were held all around the city, as we'll see in this next segment.
We're here today because 4 people representing the Christian Peacemaker team and the Wellington Avenue United Church of Christ chained themselves to the door of Representative Rahm Emanuel's office. These people said to Rahm Emanuel, "Don't chain us any longer to this illegal, immoral war." And they chained themselves to the door of his office because they believe that these kinds of actions, nonviolent resistance, are necessary to shut down this war. Rahm Emanuel is the chair of the House Democratic Caucus, and he has consistently made it difficult for people with strong anti-war voices to move forward even within the party. But most importantly, Rahm Emanuel's voting record on sending more and more money to the Bush administration has consistently shown him in favor of giving the president anything he asks for in terms of financing. Sometimes it seems as though he even wants to offer more and not requiring any kind of timetable for withdrawal. Now, members of the Christian Peacemaker team, the Wellington Avenue Church of Christ, Voices for Creative Nonviolence, have gone for years now to Rahm Emanuel's office asking him to oppose this war. But he's somebody who simply has decided that he doesn't have to listen to his constituents. He's got the strongest, the largest number of Muslims of any other district in Illinois right here in this district. He's got a big population of new immigrants from Poland, from Hispanic countries. And we find that maybe he would be vulnerable to change, but we have to turn up the volume so that he and his staffers will know that we're not going to go away. And that's what happened this morning. 4 people chained themselves to his door: Gerald Paoli, the Reverend Dan Dale, Sarah Shirk, John Vokening. And they read a litany of resistance, and they chanted songs, and they made it very, very clear that they will not be chained to his policies that have caused so much death and destruction, bereavement and displacement. We know that the lives of Iraqi people are every bit as valuable as our own lives, and the lives of these soldiers are valuable. We want Rahm Emanuel to bring them home now, and bring them home alive.
We're here with a penny pole today. We have 5 different cylinders. We have a military, housing, environment, healthcare, and education. And what they're doing is we're asking people to come, and we're giving them pennies, and we have little chutes that they can put the pennies down, and the representing healthcare, representing the environment, representing education, all of these things that are denied because we continually fight year after year this immoral and illegal war. A lot of people here don't see the connection between the fact that of our economy and why our economy is struggling so much, and the fact that that is sort of connected to the war. And so we're trying to bring that out. We're trying to make those connections, and also to show that just because you don't have our family member that's over in Iraq, you're still affected by this war, and that everyone is affected by healthcare, everyone is affected by education, and that these are things that really touches everybody at this point.
It's important that people exercise their freedoms and their right to free speech in this country. You don't get freedom, you have to take it. And it's also important that we maintain a tradition in this country of nonviolent resistance to unjust laws. This entire war is unjust and immoral. It was a war of choice waged by a president who went forward in a way that was reckless and has been entirely characteristic of someone who seems to want to extend imperial menace. It doesn't make people safer in this country, and it's been a disaster for people in Iraq. So it's important to resist this in our districts, in our cities, in Washington, D.C., and certainly we will continue to come to Rahm Emanuel's office regularly.
I'm Alejandro Molina, and you're watching Chicago Independent Television.
I see the soul of a nation. Must be true, 'cause I've seen it on TV.
What would you do with $3 trillion? The $3 trillion shopping spree is your chance to find out. Want to reign over your own island nation? Go right ahead. Or maybe fund research that will cure a deadly disease. It's up to you. You can even wage an endless war that will cripple America's economy. With the $3 trillion shopping spree, anything's possible. Bill in Los Angeles bought 100,000 luxury yachts, 20,000 sprawling estates, and 650,000 private islands. Mary in Michigan gave health care to all Americans and still had $2.8 trillion left over. George B. in Washington started an illegal war that resulted in 151,000 dead Iraqi civilians. Gary in Indiana bought 1.5 billion pounds of beluga caviar. Debbie in New York bought 500 schools in her home state and still had $2,987 billion left for school supplies. Donald R. in Arlington, Virginia destabilized an entire region and displaced 4 million innocent people. What will you do with $3 trillion? Go to www.3trillion.org and spend, spend, spend.